This is Marjabin Raj from Pakistan, and you're watching my YouTube channel Insani Ittihad, which aims to invoke a little bit of humanity in all of us through awareness and understanding. So I wanted to talk about this amazing concept in regards to this concept of soulmates. So I actually heard Rabbi Manis Friedman in a short clip where he was saying that an unmarried woman should light only one Shabbat candle. So usually it is, it is recommended to have two Shabbat, candles to light on Shabbat, two candles. All the women should light two candles. The reason for that, since Rabbi Manis Friedman said that single woman should light one candle because it represents them or their soul, and the second one actually represents their husband's soul. And if you light two candles, that is one for your husband's soul and one for because the candlelight actually represents the light of Hashem, which is in a Jewish soul. So in my opinion, I think a single woman or any woman should light two candles, because every man and every woman since Hashem creates everyone in pairs, so it's like, it won't be nice if a single woman lights one candle. That means she is lighting half of her soul, and the other half of her soul she doesn't light. And since it's only women who can light Shabbat candles and not men, so ideally she should also light one candle for her other half, which is her husband. And instead of lighting one candle, despite the fact that she is not yet married, and in my understanding, sometimes it can be that you would marry someone else and you can be somebody else's soulmate. That can also happen. How I refer and how I can say this? The very Jewish and classical example for me would be Bathsheba. The classical example for me, a very Jewish example for me, would be Bathsheba and David HaMelechi. David HaMelechi, before meeting or seeing, shall I say encountering Bathsheba, was that he was married to not only one but many wives and had hundreds of concubines. But then he encounters Bathsheba, who is married to somebody else, and he realizes that she is the soulmate. And we can see also the transformation of David HaMelechi from this reckless leader and this this confused the wonderness that goes around. David HaMelechi is going from one place to another. He's running around, he's marrying, he's all the mistakes and everything. In comes Bathsheba in his life, and he becomes a different person. And he transforms into a real Jewish Malach, a real Jewish king. And it's after he meets Bathsheba that he builds the city of David and starts building the Jewish temple. The connectedness of his soul to Hashem is on another level. Definitely he is connected with Hashem, but he's wandering around. His soul is confused. He's wandering around. He meets Bathsheba, and he is transformed, and his connection to Hashem is altogether a new one. And then you see that despite having all those sons, his firstborn from his second wife, it doesn't take on the throne or take on his legacy of being the Malach or king of the Jewish people. But his firstborn son from Bathsheba, that is Shlomo al-Malachi, takes over the legacy of Hashem, and the prophetic legacy of David, King David. And not only that, he becomes the king after David al-Malachi passes on and passes away. And his soul goes back to heaven. So he takes on the legacy, the kingship, and not only that, he finishes the Beit HaMikdash, which was his father's promise to Hashem and his destiny. Hashem gave this purpose, this destiny to David al-Malachi, and Shlomo, who was the firstborn, to Bathsheba, and David al-Malachi finishes that promise and that place. And David al-Malachi has 4 sons with Bathsheba, whereas he has only 1 son each with all the other wives. So this shows us that, there could be a possibility that you might never marry your soulmate or never see. But I think, in my opinion, that's my very limited understanding of Jewish. I mean, I'm no expert, or I'm nobody basically. But the way I understand this whole concept of soulmate through Torah and through, Tanakh and everything, I feel like it's a duty of every Jewish woman who has attained her bat mitzvah age. I think it is obligatory for her to light 2 candles, one for her soul and one for her soulmate, or half of the soul. So these 2 candles actually represent not 2 souls, but 1 soul, a half each. And I disagree with Rabbi Manis Friedman to light only 1 candle if you're a single woman. I think you should light 2 candles, and you can add on your children's candles as well until there are bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, that is when they become adult Jewish girl or a boy. So when a boy is bar mitzvah, his candle should be lit by his soulmate, which is the bat mitzvah. So so that this flame of divine light should always enlighten the Jewish soul and our soulmate. So together those 2 candles, those 2 lights actually make 1 soul. And if we light only 1 candle, we are enlightening only half of our soul, which is not good. So light 2 candles, in my opinion. That's more beautiful. But you can also light 1 candle, up to you. He's a rabbi, so he probably knows more than me, but I would keep on lighting 2 candles, 1 for me, 1 for my soulmate. So thank you so much.